disappointed. Similar scenes were witnessed 12 days ago in Bangalore. Organizers have been criticized for only releasing a limited amount of tickets to the public for high-profile matches. Meanwhile, England's cricket team has been dealt yet another blow. Fast bowler Stuart Broad has been ruled out of the World Cup because of a side strain. Broad's news is the second injury setback to hit England in as many days. On Monday, batsman Kevin Pietersen flew back to have surgery on his hernia. They face co-host Bangladesh on Friday. Owen Morgan is set to replace Pietersen. There's been no announcement as to who will replace Broad. To football, and there's some good news for Arsenal fans as manager Arsene Wenger is including Robin van Persie in the squad. The Gunners are preparing to face Spanish giants Barcelona in the Champions League later on Tuesday. Matt Rumsey reports.
The Camp Nou Stadium in Barcelona has always been a difficult place to come and play football, and never more so than now. Pep Guardiola's team, widely regarded as the best in the world, is wounded. A 2-1 defeat to Arsenal in the first leg of their Champions League last 16 tie has annoyed Lionel Messi and his teammates, making them more dangerous than ever.
You can look at the game in different ways. From our point of view, we feel that we let Arsenal score twice, and Arsenal feel they have deservedly scored twice to win. That's why football is so great. Everybody is entitled to a different opinion.
Confident here at the Camp Nou Stadium or not, history is against the Arsenal. Knocked out at the quarter-final stage last season by Barcelona, Arsene Wenger's team also lost the UEFA final in 2006 against the Spanish champions at the Stade de France in Paris. Frenchman Sami Nasri remembers it well. He says it's payback time.
Mr. Wenger is really important because he gave us confidence even when we were not winning trophy. He shows us that he has confidence and he believes in ourselves. So, you know, you have to give him back, and the only way is on the pitch.
Arsenal fans in the Catalan capital voiced mixed emotions ahead of the deciding second leg. Injury worries have more than hampered coach Arsene Wenger's preparation.
Walcott's pace was pretty frightening for them. They couldn't really handle it, so without him missing as well, it's going to be bad.
Well, we have to beat them, just have to draw 1-1. That's what we're going to aim for. And I think he probably was going to play Benter up top on his own anyway.
Barcelona has made it through to the Champions League quarter-final stage, or better, in the past 3 seasons. Arsenal's UEFA trip to the Spanish seaside is no holiday. Matt Rumsey, AlJazeera, Barcelona, Spain.
Well, another team looking to progress to the Champions League quarterfinals is Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk. They welcome Roma on Tuesday. The Ukrainians shocked the Italians by winning 3-2 in Rome last month as they look to go further in the competition than they've done before. But manager Mircea Lucescu says his team need to concentrate on the match and not get ahead of themselves.
The most important for us is to win tomorrow, or to qualify, because no, it's not easy. It's the first pass that we have to do, and after we'll see what's happened. After we'll have time to think to the other matches.
Bayern Munich coach Louis van Gaal will be looking for a new job at the end of the season. It comes after the side announced they would let him leave with a year left on his contract. The Dutchman led Bayern to a league and cup double and the Champions League final last season, but he's now paid the price for their current poor domestic form. The team have slipped to 5th place in the German table, but are still in the Champions League. Monday's Spanish League game saw Deportivo La Coruña move away from the relegation zone after an important win against Real Sociedad. A goal from striker Ivan Ricky just before the break gave the home side the lead. And that was doubled in the second half by Adrian Lopez, who slipped the ball under the keeper to make it 2-0. And despite pulling a goal back, the visitors couldn't grab an equalizer, Deportivo taking the vital points. Final score, Deportivo 2, Real Sociedad 1. In the English Premier League, defending champions Chelsea are back in the title race after a 3-1 victory at Blackpool. Blues captain John Terry opened the scoring with a header 20 minutes in. Then Frank Lampard was at his best in the second half. He scored twice in just 3 minutes. Blackpool pulled one back, but Chelsea won the match 3-1. They're still 4 points and 9 points behind leaders Manchester United. Formula One's sports governing body, the FIA, have given Bahrain's Motor Federation until the 1st of May to decide if a new date can be set for the country's Grand Prix. The F1 season opener in Bahrain was supposed to be on March the 13th, but was cancelled due to the civil unrest in the country. A date in August had been proposed, but was decided against due to the hot weather at that time of year. The first race will now be in Melbourne, Australia on March the 27th. That's it for Sport for this hour. Back to you, Shuli.
Thanks very much indeed for that, Farah. Well, a lot of stuff going on in Libya, a lot of analysis. We'll have a full update at the top of the hour. Lauren Taylor will be here to take you through the day's main events. Do stay with us.
Well, across the Indian subcontinent, we are looking at fairly dry conditions, but very warm conditions right now. We're looking at temperatures anywhere from the mid to high 30s. Take a look at what we expect to see on Wednesday. Hyderabad at 38 degrees, Kolkata at 35. New Delhi, that's when you have to get into the 20s, but they're going to be seeing about 20 degrees themselves. Otherwise, we're looking at really no precipitation in the forecast, so very dry for them. But down to the south, I want to take you down, especially to the Mozambique Channel. We're watching this area of circulation very, very carefully over the next couple of days. Nothing has been put out by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center about this possibly turning into a cyclone, but I've been looking at the forecast models, and this could be a potential problem for not only Mozambique, but also for Madagascar, so we'll keep you informed on that. Just to the south, Durban at 29 degrees. Most of the rain showers will stay really just to the west of there. Cape Town is dry at 25, and Johannesburg, a warm day for you at 31. Well, up towards the Arabian Peninsula, we're also looking at dry conditions over the next couple of days. What we are seeing, though, are temperatures beginning to rise there. Doha at 29 degrees, Abu Dhabi at 30, and over towards the east, Muscat is seeing about 28 degrees for them. And a little bit further to the north, we're seeing some rainy conditions along that Iran-Iraq border. Baghdad, very windy conditions at 25 degrees, and Kuwait City, windy themselves at 27.
Afghanistan is faced with a huge challenge.
Relations have gone really sour between us and our allies.
We have inflicted considerable damage on the enemy.
The people who make international headlines.
Ultimately, the truth will out.
They want to stop this publication of information that embarrasses them.
Make time for Sir David Frost. Frost over the world. At this time on Al Jazeera.
As protests, violence, and the call for political reform spreads across the Arab world, Al Jazeera's in-depth coverage of events on the ground brings you the news as it breaks. Ongoing coverage of the Libya uprising on Al Jazeera.